So this is the main body after adding the handle to it. I've cut out lining for the back panel. You can see I cut out the lining according to the size of the back panel. Then I had a 0.5 inches sewing allowance to it at the top. Then I cut out lining for the two gussets. You can see. Make sure you had allowance to it. Main cutting lining for the gusset, you can see. And also for the bottom gusset. Then for the front of the bag. For his own lining also, I had the 0.5 inches to the top of it for folding inside. Now I'll be gumming the lining to the bottom gusset. I've add gum to the edges of the bottom gusset round. You can see the way it look like, and I also added gum inside too. So I'll place the lining on it and make sure it's gummed together very well. You can see the way it look like now. It has gummed together very well. Now I'll be trimming the edges of the lining that remain at the mouth, so that the lining will not be coming out when stitching the bag. So this is it. After trimming out the lining, you can see the way it look like, very fits inside. So I'll be using the gussets to show you the example of how to do that. So I will use this one as an example of how to trim out lining so that it will not be showing at the edges of the bag. So watch the way I'm doing it for easy understanding. After that, I'll come to the top side. I'll open the lining up a little bit. Then I will try to fold the extra lining inside so that it will rhyme with the mouth of the gusset. Then I'll come to the bottom part now and cut out that excess lining I'm holding. So that is for the bottom part. Then I'll come right here and also do the same. Now I will repeat the same to the side also. When you are cutting it, always make sure you open up the lining a little bit so that the cutting will be easy and the lining will not come out of the edges of the bag when sewing it. Repeat the same to the other side. Now I'm done with the gusset. I'll move to the front panel. So for the front panel, the way I did on the gusset is what we are going to apply to it. So for the top of the gusset, you are going to open it up a little bit, fold it inside and gum it together just like the one I did on the gusset. For the rest, you trim out the lining. Now I'll be joining the back panel lining to the flap of the bag. I'll place the lining on it, then place it under the machine and stitch it down. And that is for that. Now I'll be adding inner pockets to it. Now I will turn it to the back side this way. So for this, let me explain how to cut it out. The length for this is 1.8 inches and the wideness of it is 6.4 inches. I come to this side, I measure 0.4 inches. Likewise, this side is 0.4. So for the upper here is 0.6 inches. For the bottom also is 0.6 inches. And for the inside is 0.4 inches. Then I connect all those lines together to form a box, then I cut it out. Now I'll fold it into two to get the midpoint because I'll be placing it on the lining. Place the chipboard on it. I will measure the lining. I will measure 1 inches. Because I will be placing the chipboard on it starting from the 1 inches for the placement of the zipper. So to make it easy, I add gum to the back side of the chipboard and place it on the lining to gum together. Now I will be cutting the lining that cover the box at the back side. So I've tried to cut the lining at the middle. Then I continue cutting the rest. After getting to a little bit to the end, I will bend my hand to the other side. Then I will also bend my hand to this side also to give it a triangle shape. Now I will add gum to the chipboard and let it dry. So it has dried up. After that, I tried to fold the lining I cut to the back side. So I've insert the zipper mouth to the zipper. After that, I'll add gum to the chipboard again. Now I'll be stitching the top of the corset. It's looking very neat and clean finishing. Now I'll be adding the zipper to the back of the chipboard. Then I'll place the zipper down, make sure it's straight very well. Then I'll place the lining on it this way. You can see that gum always make bag making easier. Make sure the zipper sets very well and gum to the chipboard. I've cut out lining for the inner pocket and the measurement is 7 by 7 inches. Now I'll add gum to the top of the zipper and the bottom of the zipper. Now I'll place the lining to the bottom of the zipper this way. After that, I'll open the lining up. Then I'll place the lining to the top of the zipper also and gum it together. So I'll move to this bag. It has dried up. Now I'll be able to stitch it. Now I will turn the lining to the back of the flap. Now I'll place it under the machine and stitch only the bottom side. After that, I will turn the lining back to the back of the lining. Then I'll place it under the machine again and stitch the top of the zipper. Then I will turn it to this side to stitch the side of it. I'll also repeat the same to the second side. Look like after stitching the box round. And don't forget I told you to stitch the first side after stitching the second side. Now I will turn it to the back side to close up each side of the lining. So for stitching it, I will remove the inner lining out this way. Then I'll place it under the machine and start the stitching from that center point and stitch it down both sides. And that is another method to add inner pocket inside of the bag. So I've added magnet to the flap of the bag for the closing up of the bag. I will use the front of the bag as an example to show you. Now I will be joining the two side gussets to the bottom gusset. I will pick one out of the side gusset and place it on the bottom gusset this way. Make sure the mouths rhyme with each other. Then I will place it under the machine. Then I will start the stitching from that point and also stop it at this point. So this is it after stitching it together. You can see the way it look like, very neat. Then I will also join the second gusset to it. Now I'm done joining the two gussets to the bottom. It's very beautiful and neat. I like the way it come out, very clean finishing. So this is the base of the bag. I'm done making it, but I'll keep it aside first. And this is the front of the bag. I've stitched the top of it so that the lining will not be removing at the back. So you can see I've not had the two magnets to it for the closing up of the bag. That is why I said I will use this as an example for you. So for the main body that contains the back panel, upper base and the flap, try to add gum all over it and also the edges of it. Then I take this inner flap that has lining with it, I place it on it to gum it together. Then I try to use clip to clip it down so that it will gum very well. Then I also trim out the essence lining at the mouth so that it will not be coming out of the bag. So I've already stitched the flap of the bag together. So I thought I pressed the recording button when I was stitching it, but unfortunately I did not press it. So I'm going to use my mouth to explain. So you are going to start the stitching from where the upper base and the flap starts. So you can see where I start sewing my own. Then you will start stitching it round and stop where the upper base stop. So you can see the way it look like, clean finishing, always add. So I'll be joining the front panel to the main body to get where I'm going to place the magnet tape so that it will rhyme with each other. So I'll make sure it's joined very well, then I will use the clip to clip it down. And this is the way it look like after joining both together. Now I will make it stand very well so that it will be easy for me. Then I will use my hand to press the magnet tape very well on the front of the bag so that it will bring out the shape of the magnets. So after removing it, the magnet has already indicated a point on the front of the bag. I just have to indicate it out. And this is the second magnet. So to add it, I will open up the lining a little bit. So I will take one out of the magnet and place it at the center point. Make sure the circle I circled then is at the center of it. Then I will press it down with it to get where to make the hole. After that, I will use the scissors to press the two holes. Now I will insert the magnet inside it. Then I'll take the cover, I'll place it on it and press down the hook with it so that the magnet will not be removing out. And this is it after adding the magnet tape, very easy way. Now I will do the same to the second side by adding the magnet to it. So this is it after adding the two magnets to it. Now I'll close up the lining at the back. So I'm almost done making the bag. This is the front of the bag, the side gusset and also the main body. Now I'll be joining the gussets to the front of the bag. As you are joining it, make sure it aligns with each other very well so that there won't be any mistake, and be calm when joining it to it. And that is how to join the base to the front of the bag. Now let's start sewing it. So now I'll place it under the machine and start stitching it round till I get to the top again. When stitching it, always use your hand as a guide for easy sewing. So I'm done stitching it. You can see the way it looks like, very neat. Now I'll be joining the base. The same way I stitch the front is how I'm going to stitch the back also. And this is it after joining the back panel to it. Now I'll be explaining how I add the logo to it. I place the logo on the bag and press it with it to indicate where to make a hole. So I try to use the scissors to make a hole by bending it, so it will not come out at the back of the panel. And this is the long shoulder strap. I've already made it. I'll be showing you how to make it in another video. And this is the final result of the bag. You can see how neat and structured it looks. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you subscribe and keep watching my videos. Also, I'll be showing you how to draft and get the measurements for this bag in another video, so stay connected.